Yes, sir.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Satsuma City Council to order for our regular meeting of Tuesday, August the 4th, 2026. Just a quick reminder, if you do have a cell phone, please turn it to silent or off so it don't disrupt the meeting. As always, we will start our meeting with the invocation, immediately followed by the pledge. So if you would, please stand, remove your hats, and Mr. Little, would you?
Lord, we thank you for the day you've given us today. We just ask your blessings on our meeting here this evening. Give us strength, Lord, to make good decisions. We just pray, Lord, for this upcoming school year. We just pray for our kids, teachers, everybody that's involved in the upcoming school year. Lord, help us to have a great year. Father, just be with our first responders. Watch over us, be with the ones that are sick, Father. Forgive us where we failed you. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Moving to roll call, Jessica.
Councilmember Little,
Present.
Councilmember O'Rear,
Here.
Councilmember Skelton,
Present.
Councilmember Presnell,
Here.
Councilmember Taylor,
Here.
Mayor Barlow.
Here, please let the record reflect that all the elected officials are here, along with yourself, the city attorney, and the various department heads that are here tonight. Moving to number 4, approval of tonight's agenda. Y'all should have had the minutes from our workshop and past council meeting in your email with tonight's agenda. So if there's any corrections or anything you'd like to knowingly add, let me know. If not, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion is made by Mr. O'Rear, second by Ms. Presnall. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
To show it passed, we will move to number 5, approval of the minutes from the last regular meeting, which was held on July the 21st. And the minutes should be on your SharePoint, and you should have had those last week. So
Make motion to approve minutes from a regular meeting, June 21st.
Second.
motion made by Mr. Little, second by Mr. O'Rear to approve the minutes as distributed. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Last Tuesday night, July the 28th, we had a special called meeting, and so have y'all got the minutes from the special meeting? Like y'all can all speak at once.
Yes.
Does that mean you're making that form of a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Presnall, seconded by Mr. Taylor. Approve the minutes from the special meeting. Is there any questions from the council? If there being none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Moving on to number 6 tonight, recognitions. I don't have anything listed, is that correct? And nothing special we know of we need to have tonight. Of course, that will be changing very shortly with school starting, so we will move then to number 7 on tonight's agenda, which is visitors. It looks like we may have a couple of visitors, and I will open the floor momentarily. Since there's nobody on the agenda tonight, if you have something, we may not be able to give you an answer, but we asked when you come before the council to come up, and for our records, we asked everybody to identify themselves and give an address, and then state what you have and try to do it in 3 minutes, but certainly less than 5. So with that being said, is there anyone wish to come before the council? Come on up.
I'm Kerry Platt. I live at 300
Pine Avenue West. I need to know something about the ditch. I got an open ditch right next to my house. It hadn't been cut. It's grass is about 4 foot high. And I wonder what's going to be done about it. And also, on the upper end of it, it holds water when it rains. That's mosquitoes and stuff, plus snakes and everything else. If I'm supposed to take care of it, I'm gonna take care of it, but I don't want nothing said about how I take care of it.
Have you called up here to ask
I've
us?
called twice and told them to cut it. They come along the highway, road, and cut that little part, but they ain't got down in the ditch or nothing. Like I said, weeds are about 4 foot high.
Okay. Well, if you're requesting us to come work on the ditch, I mean, that's certainly something we can do, and we'd be
Okay.
glad to do it.
I need to work on it then.
Okay, well, then this is the first complaint that I've heard of it. Mr. Bowden, have you are familiar with this complaint here?
Yes, sir, you'll look at it more, if that's true.
Not just look at it, I'd like to know if he's called it in and if you're saying you've called it in and we haven't addressed it, I want to find out why or do you by chance know who you spoke with or when?
An answer machine,
You spoke to an answer machine,
yeah,
okay?
both times when I called.
By any chance, do you remember the date you called?
It was last month sometime,
Okay.
both times.
Well, if you can give us to the end of the week, I think you will see something done.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
That's 300 Pine West.
right.
Sorry you're having a problem. We'll
Okay.
take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Please come on up.
My name is Ryan Bush at 5761 Cordova Avenue, Satsuma. I'm also a teacher at the high school. I'm here to get our homecoming parade route approved, and I also have that map for you.
Okay. What day is the homecoming parade on?
It is, the parade is going to be September 17th, starting promptly at 6.
Okay. In the past, they usually just get with the police and the fire department and make sure that they work out the route.
We've already done that. Just wanted to make sure.
And as soon as they do that, and then there'll probably be some other action for the council, like the curfew and all that we do in the week of homecoming.
Yes, sir.
And we'll address all of those at one night. So if you're asking tonight for the parade on that day, that the Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, does anybody on the council have any questions or anything? I mean, that's standard pretty much every year for us to do homecoming events, and they coordinate it with the police and fire department. And we do that, so.
Thank you.
You want to make a motion to approve the parade or any permit? Does anybody wish to do that before we move on?
I will. I'll make a motion to approve the homecoming parade September 17th at 6 p.m. Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion is made by Mr. Taylor and seconded by Mr. Skelton to waive any permit or fees and for the high school for them to have their annual homecoming parade on Thursday, September the 17th. And it'll be coordinated through the police and fire department. So you can please make sure you're around. Okay, motion and a second made. Is there any questions? If there being none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Good luck with it. Thank you. Anyone else like to come before the council? Mr. Sheriff, come on up.
Tim Shearer, 222 Magnolia Avenue in Satsuma. I just want to complain a little bit about the abandoned houses or some of the houses that look abandoned. One of them's at 5669 Park Street. It looks terrible, and the other guy lives there. One of them's across the street from my house on Magnolia, and I wish I could remember the address. He's got about 10 acres there. He shows up about once every 4 or 5 months. Sometimes he cuts the grass, sometimes he doesn't. Okay. There's a couple of other ones I can't remember the address, but I just if y'all could address some of those or look at some of those, they look terrible. And, that's all I need to say. Okay?
We will have that looked at. I think the code enforcement officer sitting there, he's nodding his head. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I hadn't called you or anything like that. I just happened to be up here and I said, well, I'll just come up here and ask you. So, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
guys.
Tim.
Thank you.
Anyone else to come before the council? Right.
Need to state my name.
Yes, please. for the
Mike
record.
Orso, Orchard Street, Satsuma.
Eileen Johnson, 5471 Orchard Street.
Okay.
How's everybody this afternoon?
Good.
Council?
Doing good, sir. How you doing, Mr. Mike?
Right. I know I spoke with the mayor the other day, trying to find out anything about our problem over on Orchard Street with the engineering, the surveying crew. Are we still waiting?
Mike, nothing's changed since our conversation
Okay.
yesterday. I mean,
I know-
there's
I
a
know we're
meeting
headed on
tomorrow.
3 months of flooding.
Okay.
It's been 3 months.
I mean, do y'all have like any time frame of when they will let you know something?
Yes, ma'am, and I've relayed that to Mike as recent as our conversation. I think it was yesterday. We have a meeting with the engineers where they came out and did some measuring and
Yeah,
some surveying and some recommendations, and we have a meeting tomorrow scheduled so we can try to look to see if they have any remedies they think we could do in a quick, something that would maybe help in the short term, because I really feel, and I felt the first time y'all came up here, this has not changed, to really significantly take that type of rainfall, I think is going to be a significant undertaking of the city to try to move the water for that amount of rain. And
this goes
we are
back
looking
to
to
the
do.
80s.
It's
This
just,
goes back
Yes,
to the
ma'am,
early
and
80s.
it's
right.
just ongoing.
So, I mean, even the driveway is
Mine's about gone.
falling apart. The corner of the lot of View and Orchard, it's not even a corner anymore. And we actually keep the ditches clean as far as Morgan just feels it would round up, but, I mean, it's just eroding away.
Right, and the ditches are working except when we have those type of rainfalls. They are, it just totally, it did more than the system could handle. I mean, it didn't just fill the retention ponds up. Baker Road was underwater. Orchard Street was underwater. We had to block the roads off. U Street, I mean,
Been
so the
underwater many
ditches,
times,
right, I know.
So,
You know,
So-
Mark, it's just a continuous thing though. I mean,
Mike,
it's
but
just continuous.
we never said that we thought we could come in there and do that and immediately. I mean, we've tried to cut the ditches. You know, I know you keep saying we haven't done anything, but I mean, I do think the ditches have been cleaned. There's been a retention pond. There's actually been 2 retention ponds, and one of them we went back and worked on. And some of the questions tomorrow, could we deepen that? I don't think we can expand it any further because we're about to the point of where our property ends. So
And I understand.
deepen it.
But it's
So-
not helped us. The water still stops right there in front of our houses, and then it floods.
well, I get it, me being on the corner, it actually drains from 65, all directions. I mean, it's just.
Well, it's basically in your area, it's coming from the west heading east, and it's getting caught at the railroad tracks, and that's where it's damming up, and we can't get it through. And, you know, then as Mike has brought up, and Morgan too, the pipe, you know, the drainage under Bayou might need to be improved, and that's gonna be a topic of discussion. And if we could go back possibly and clean that ditch, but that's a long ditch. I think it's about 4,000 feet from Bayou Street down to Steel Creek. And, you know, before we go spend a lot of money trying to do it, first of all, we're gonna have to plan to spend that kind of money. And the second thing is it really going to help if we do? Cause I mean, I don't want us to go in there and do something and then all of a sudden we have another bad rain and y'all have the same problem. We hadn't accomplished anything. And that's what y'all have repeatedly said when you come up, that all the efforts have still not stopped y'all from having these issues. So, you know, I don't know what else to say.
Well, let me ask you this,
Okay.
ask y'all, would it be, less expensive to buy us out than it would be to do all that work down that ditch? I mean, 'cause
I
the
think-
last council meeting was talking about getting in touch with the railroads because of the ditch being so close to pipe at Bayou. But
Well,
oranges to apples, what would be, you know, what would cost the less?
see, FEMA actually came to me and offered to buy that house.
I
But
thought
this-
they did years ago.
No, they did.
Recently?
They did, no, years ago they did.
Okay.
But the city would not match the, I guess it's maybe a 50-50 thing, I'm not sure. So, you know, I've tried to get out of there, but I can't sell that house rightfully, consciously to anyone else anyway.
Me either.
I wouldn't put anybody through that. When I bought it in '88, I was told by the realtor that the problem had been fixed. Or I would have never done it, you know, I was 22 years old. That's all I could go by. And had no idea at the time that the people that owned the home before me had went through everything they went through. So, you know, it's unhealthy. It's nasty. I mean, we're pretty good at doing our own remediation now, but I mean, you know, just
I mean, and because every time it happens, the sewage runs over at Baker Road and it comes straight to us
you know, my
every time.
my concern is my grandbaby's living in it now, and it just, you know, and
Right. Remember, I was over there that day. I saw y'all.
so, but
And just regarding the water or the wastewater, you know, we put a new lift station over there on Orchard. We're making repairs, redoing one behind the school here now, trying to take the stress off of the system. But I can't sit here with a clear conscience and tell you that if we have another 8 or 10 days in a row with that type of rainfall, that we won't have problems again somewhere else. We had problems with areas we'd never seen before this last rain. And,
But if we got that water running north, that would take care of the problem on that side of the track that you wouldn't have to worry, the city wouldn't have to worry about.
say that again, Mike.
If we got that problem fixed on our side of the track on Orchard, nobody on our side, the city wouldn't have to worry about that flooding
You're saying if we could move the water north, but it actually is going to go north and then east because it's going to the water. No matter where it's going, it's going to try to find Bicera, Gunnison Creek, Steel Creek. That's where the water is headed somehow.
Right. That's
So,
right. But
and I
right now
think
it's
you're
headed-
talking about trying to run it north to the head of Steel Creek.
Yes,
Right. And then I feel like
With the
Steel
ditch.
Creek may need some work
with
to
the
take
ditch
the
that
water
goes down
there.
beside it.
You're
That's right.
talking about the ditch that was cut years ago.
Yes.
Right. And we're trying to get some information on that too, because I mean, as you well know, back in the 80s, we didn't keep the records and all that we
Yeah.
do now. So,
Well, I'm just saying.
so we just need to wait till the next meeting to see if y'all get anywhere tomorrow with the engineers or.
we hope to. I mean, they're bringing some data out and we got a ton of photographs and, we've tried to work with several different local agencies that deal with flooding at this level. And also we've, tried to talk to some of the people in Washington that deal with flooding and to look to see if there may be some funds available somewhere like that. Because I really feel like it's going to be expensive for us to do. Very expensive. And
And that's why I was asking which one would be better, buy us out or try to fix that?
well,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, I'm only speaking for myself right now. I mean, there's 6 people sitting up here, but yeah, it'd probably be easier in all honesty to try to buy 2 or 3 houses than it would be to try to fix all of that over there. But I don't know, whatever 2 or 3 that we decided to buy, I'm not sure that wouldn't have trouble with some of the others, because there were several homes that day. There was a few that got damaged. Unfortunately, I know y'all are, because I was there, seen y'all both that day. But there were several others that was very close and to having water in their houses that day.
Well, it gets in mine when it doesn't get in anybody else's also, so,
Yours, I think, has been the lowest. I would agree with that.
yeah.
Well, when it gets in hers, I know who's next.
Y'all have had a problem. I feel like we would know something a little more within the next week. So yes, at the next council meeting, if you'd like to come back, I feel like we could have something to tell you then. Okay?
I guess to back the mayor up a little bit, and, once we get the information back on the survey to know what we're looking at, because they did cover on the survey from Baker Road all the way down to the creek, at Woodland, on the North Woodland end. Once we get that information back, we can make better, assessments of what needs to be done, what we can do, what's gotta be done. To try to do the best we can to help everyone out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all. Okay, real quickly, does anyone else like to come before the council? I know there's a couple of y'all I don't usually see that. Okay. If there being no one else to come before the council, we'll move to number 8, reports and announcements from the mayor and council. Really tonight I have a pretty quick update for the council, so we can move on pretty quickly. Councilman O'Rear had some questions concerning FICA and retirement and why it was showing different. So Brittany is the payroll clerk. And Brittany, would you like to come forward real quickly and explain what you found to
Yes, sir.
see if it answers the questions?
So the budget is the fiscal year. Payroll is the calendar year. When we did the update at the beginning of the year and closed it, they also did an update for the pennies being removed, and it caused an error in the coding, so it didn't repost the original 3 months. However, that did get corrected. Everything from January forward was posting correctly. So when we went back, we realized it didn't repost those 3 months. And nothing will post until the end of the month on FICA or retirement, because you don't close a payroll period until the end of the month.
So the numbers are still wrong on our reports.
How are the numbers still wrong if we've
If-
reposted them? There is a new expenditure report that we got reposted.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that one.
So that is printed. I didn't know if you had any more questions about the percentages or anything.
No, I'm good with the percentages, just the reports that we get. As
Yeah,
long as
so
those
they-
are right,
Yeah, they were
I'm good with
posting
that,
from
but-
January forward. It was just those 3 months that didn't repost because we closed it at the end of the year, and then they did the up
We had to ultimately get on the phone with the software.
to find out that it didn't repost those 3 months, because
'Cause
we
we
knew
keep-
there was an error in January, but we didn't realize that it was that error. Once they fixed it, it just didn't repost those 3 months.
So a software issue, not
Mhm.
a personnel issue.
right.
And it was a global issue on the software issue.
Okay,
So it wasn't just to us, it was every Harris account
okay.
that had it.
And see, that's where my concern lies, is if it's a software issue and it can be an ongoing thing, do we need to look at getting a different software for our financials?
Well, it
Well-
was fixed within a month.
Well, and this
The
is,
not reposting was just me overlooking that it didn't repost.
yeah, because we did not catch that it needed to be reposted again, because we usually keep all of our postings.
Yeah, we post at the end of every month, so that when they did fix the update on it in January, it was fixed globally. Everything else has posted correctly since then. That was me not realizing it didn't repost
Okay.
once we fixed it.
But we've never had this problem before. Do you remember this ever? It must have been the update, something like that. This is, since
And
we've been
anytime
here.
you do it, and normally nobody catches it until, somebody tries to do something. Well, that particular thing was one, we were all in the middle of tax season, so we were more concerned with the calendar year at that point than the fiscal year. So it was an oversight on my part once we got it fixed.
But the new report will have all the
That does have
corrected
all of it, and we
numbers.
did go back and get them to walk us through how to make sure that it did repost
Okay.
those 3 months. So she does have a new one out with those 3 months on it, but everything else had posted correctly from January forward.
Okay, I'm good with that. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Brittany.
Thanks, Brett.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Okay, have y'all I hope you've had a chance to go by and look at the sidewalks, here on Maple, Third, and, also down at Juniper and going down to Steel Creek. So, I think they're looking pretty good. We've had had several different people call and say that they like what's going on there, and the width being a lot wider. So once we get those lights in and on those down there, I think they will really stand out. So next thing I had to discuss, I think I've just completed discussing that with you. Civil Southeast did complete their report. They are supposed to meet to try to explain that with us tomorrow. And so,
Mayor, will they actually come to the council and report that, or will that be something that will be reported just to you?
no, ma'am, I plan to bring it to you, but some of the stuff I wanted to get clarified from them
Okay.
before we brought it to the public.
Okay.
So we would understand what exactly their thoughts are on the questions we have. And also I'd like to have some plan of how to proceed from that before we take public and tell everybody what exactly we want to do. I might want to look over this month's calendar. I think she's updated it being Jessica, and you can see there's several things on the city calendar. There's something almost every day on mine going from here through the end of the month. Lions Park did get the new roof finished, and the building on the roof, the building that Mr. Tarver was working on. So that has been completed, and now maybe they can get back to using that since we've repaired that. That'd been something to be done for years. Thought the buildings matched too, really good how he repainted those. We got George over there. He might can explain, but we did on the issues we was having with the restrooms and the y'all know we're continually having to try to have them worked on and have plumbers out, and we've redone some of the toilets in both men's and women's restrooms there, so we'll be getting the bill on that, but we hope that will solve the problem at Lions Park. We'd approved the repair and building there at Wright Park, the roofing on it, and George has said that he has been unable to reach the contractor who hadn't started. So, George, is that a fair statement on that?
Yes, sir. He's lack of communication on his part, but he did give me a date to start, which was yesterday. I haven't heard from him. So I'd like to recommend that we go with the second. Who said that he could start in less than 2 weeks.
Mayor, could I say something, please?
Sure.
I think it would be a benefit to the citizens when one of our department heads, you ask them a question and they answer it, if they could come up to the mic and speak into the mic so they heard your question and then they heard his answer. That's just something I thought might be a benefit.
Mr. Frolic, would you like to stand here to the front there and say what you said there from the side?
So, excuse me, the company we had, was gonna let do the job, they were the lowest bidder. They haven't communicated with me and they didn't start on the day that they were supposed to. So my recommendation is to, go with the next lowest bidder. He said he could start in less than 2 weeks. And then also on the bathrooms that the mayor, mentioned, I had an idea to try to save some money from my old plumbing days, and we put some pressure-assisted toilets in there. They're kind of expensive, but they worked. We did one, it worked, and we've done the other 3. So hold on to your hat, because they'll.
I went by and didn't test them, but I
They scare you?
push the handle. Whoa,
Yeah.
kind of scared me because they
So
work.
That should take care of the pressure problem
Yeah.
and the drainage problem.
And
with them
hopefully that's
stopping
going to
outside.
take care of that problem
It will.
rather inexpensively to
It
what
was
it could
about a
have been.
third of the price of trying to bust a 100
Yeah,
foot of
yeah.
concrete. And
So good,
Good,
good
good stuff.
job on that. Good job on that.
Thank you,
Okay.
George. Just letting y'all know, is there gonna be a Board of Adjustment meeting or just a planning board Thursday? All right, Thursday night, make sure we have a planning board Thursday night. The school is having their institutional day on Friday. Saturday, we're having the Port City run. I think it starts at 8 a.m. Y'all ready for that? Troy, you got that marked out? You guys might cover that. Police and fire both indicate that they have everything in line for that. We have a water board meeting on Monday night. At the next council meeting, we can do it, or we can wait until, I guess where I'm going with this is we probably need to do a workshop because we're moving forward on the budget. We don't need to try to get this thing ready if the council has questions or changes they want to make. So, we need to get next year's council schedule, our holiday schedule, both, ready to be posted for the upcoming year. I already mentioned we got to do the event, which I didn't know that we will have somebody tonight for homecoming. We do every year, and so with that being said, next Tuesday school starts, so I didn't know. I know we got a couple, 2 or 3 of the council members that have children to be starting school their first day next Tuesday, so I didn't know if I'd want to do a workshop that night. We can't do it on Monday because we got a water board meeting. We could do it the 13th, which is a Thursday. If not, we would have to have the next council meeting, have a workshop, maybe the 25th of August. Because like I said, we really need to spend probably an hour or 2 on the budget and also compare the holiday schedule and the council schedule, try to make sure they don't conflict with any holidays or things that election days or anything else, because do remember that next Tuesday is also election day. So hopefully y'all can remember to get out and vote. So school will be starting and the election day both next Tuesday. So workshop may not be good for that day. Do y'all have any thoughts?
Try the 25th.
We do the 25th, that will give us, should give Jessica time to have all of the figures in through the 1st of August. So we should have a pretty good indication of where we're at. And so if we could present that on the 25th, we could introduce it if everybody agrees on the 1st. Looks like our first meeting in September will be on Tuesday the 1st. It could be put up that night and then adopted on the 15th. If, we usually try to do it prior to the fiscal year starting. So what's y'all's thoughts on that? 25th is good with Mr. Skelton. Randy, you good with 25th?
I'm good. 5:30.
Yes, that'd be good. Jake?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ms. Presnall?
I'm good.
And Bert?
Yes, sir. 25th is good.
Go ahead and let's get a workshop scheduled for Tuesday, August 25th, 5:30 p.m. And it will be to discuss budget, council schedule, along with all of our boards for the upcoming year.
And he did say an hour.
The workshops unfortunately do seem to go long at night, so. Also had a real good meeting. Commissioner Ludgood come out yesterday and brought a couple of the engineers from the county. And I've got some paperwork I'd like to show y'all, but gonna be something that's gonna take a little while for y'all to look over and all. So it was very good, very, very nice meeting, talking about parks and the waterway access and all of that. So, other than that, I would like to say, I think we have all reports were completed by the department heads and should be in the proper place for y'all to review it. That's all I have. Is there any questions before I turn it over to Mr. Little?
I noticed there wasn't anything on there about the municipal meeting in Citronelle. Isn't that on is it on the 20th?
20th, Central Nell is hosting the municipal dinner this month, and the featured speaker is Mr. Greg Cothran from the Alabama League of Municipalities. So she will be needing you to let her know. We must RSVP that by August the 17th. So if you would, please let Jessica know so she can make the reservations for who all will be attending from Satsuma. So thank you, Ms. President.
Sure.
I believe we have, we also, movement on the garbage truck, we've got to move forward on that, on the balloon pavement, or trying to get a new one. And so I kind of know which way we're leaning, so I'd like to let y'all know at the next meeting how we looking on that. Moving to public services, Mr. Little.
Mayor and the inspection department, we've worked, are working 74 open permits in July, new permits 23, 40 inspections. We had 8 code violations, and we're having 12 new homes being built at the moment. In the sanitation department, maintaining our trucks. Seems like there's new tires being put on about every month, but number 9 garbage truck had 3 new tires. Replaced a few different items. We cleaned the sanitation yard, delivered and replaced garbage carts. I just wanted to mention that just a minute. I know I don't mention it a lot, but everybody, gets one cart, I think, is a certain amount. If you need a different or another cart, I believe it's like $10 a month, $16 a month for an additional cart or can. We're having a little trouble with people, putting different cans out other than the cities. I mean, different colored cans, different smaller, bigger cans, and we wanting to try to pick everybody's garbage up, in the amount of time we have in a day, and it's want to get to everybody and trying to pick these extra cans up. We've done it, every now and then when, we think there's an issue going on here or there, but we're not supposed to. And I'm just saying that, try not to put those cans out because we're trying to tell our drivers, not to pick those cans up. So try to help us with that. I think that's good as far as the sanitation, and that's all.
Okay.
Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Moving to administration, Mr. O'Rear.
All right, the seniors department, we had 53 trips, 27 of those were medical. We also delivered 836 meals, to 38 clients. And also just want to say, Brittany and Jessica, thank y'all for the work y'all did getting that straightened out on financial statements. So it's very much appreciated.
Is that it, Mr. O'Rear? Moving to public safety, Mr. Skelton.
Yes, sir. Fire department for the month of July, the fire department had 68 calls. 50 of those were medical related, and the others were public service calls. A couple of hazardous situations, which included fire or vehicle accident, and the rest were false alarms. Police department had 537 calls for service, worked 11 felony cases and had 4 felony arrests. 43 misdemeanor cases with 32 misdemeanor arrests. So appreciate the work that those men and women do in those departments. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Skelton. Moving to Parks and Recreation, Ms. President.
Okay, I've actually got several things to report on. The Lions, I think about, 3 or 4 weeks ago, they came in and gave a donation, for beautification. And we have got some of down at Steel Creek Lodge, and we've got some of it, when you look at the front, some of it to the left, that's all been cleared out. But that's just the beginning. We got other stuff we got to do. So that's been done, and we're in the process of starting it. But we got a lot of other things going on in the city right now. But we'll be starting on the actual beautification of the other side, just cutting that. And I noticed they had cut down a tree that I didn't expect them to cut down, which I was excited about that because I thought it needed to come down. But they did go back and cut it down. But that's going to be just dress up the front of that lodge when it gets done. And also, Mr. Dennis said he thought that the lodge was rented almost every weekend, and the community center was being rented frequently too. And that's wonderful, and that's a good thing for the city. But it's good that we need to spruce up the front of that building to let people, so that it will match the inside of the building and look nice. And like I said, I did go visit. No, I didn't visit. I checked out the bathrooms at the at the park, and they're working very, very well. The boys and girls, of course, baseball season is starting, and the guys over there are cutting and cleaning and doing everything to get ready for. I'm sorry, but I don't know the opening day on either one of them, but they're getting ready on that. And pardon me. And the sound system is working great, but like I hated to say something about whoever's is getting asked the question over there. It's important that they do come up here, because I went back and listened to. I always go back and listen to the meetings every night, and we could hear, as long as the mic was in front of us, the mic is working wonderful. But if you don't pull it down, it don't work. But then when you ask somebody a question over there, and you can hear maybe something, but to me, it's better if they come up and answer the question where everybody can hear that. So I hope that'll be something that we continue to do, for myself. And we'd also talked about at one of our workshops removing some of the sticks that was sticking up that was supposed to be crepe myrtle trees down the median, and how I guess that's the one that most people have come to me about, was, when are you going to cut those ugly sticks down? And I talked to the mayor about it, and he said more than likely toward the fall, we would start taking those things down. So I personally, as a citizen, before I even got on the council, was wanting that done. And I've had many people ask me about that. So I'm excited to see that happening after, when the fall starts. So I'll be bringing that up closer fall gets, to make sure that gets going. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll move into Public Works. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, sir. And thank you to all the men and women that, they make our city move, turn. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces of this deal. And, it's not just sometimes I've heard a couple people say they see our guys sitting somewhere, and, I've thought about that a lot. And I don't think people pay attention to just how hot it is outside right now. Last Wednesday it was 115 degrees. Don't know what the heat index was. And maybe instead of making a judgmental call, you should try to ask if they need any kind of water or some sort of refreshment before you jump to conclusions. I heard a lot of this in the past couple of weeks, and I come from a background of working on boilers and stuff, so I understand what the heat is like. But moving forward here, it's they've been doing some routine maintenance on vehicles and equipment, which is saving the city money. Responding citizens' calls, cutting grass, weed eating, we had a problem with all the rain, which we discussed at a previous meeting, that we had of, potholes and all that was, just going away, coming back. They're doing their best to get all that filled up and trying to get back to cutting back limbs and, running the grader, uh, making, the vacuum truck. I know we've also had a grapple truck has been down for a little while. It's back running now. It's and didn't have really a whole lot of complaints on that right there. But, I'm thankful for the citizens being a little more understanding. And because when you tell them, when you keep up with them, you let them know what's going on and they're like, okay, we understand. Instead of them just, hanging out in the wind, so to speak. But, my hat's off to everyone and every position in this city that is helping us move forward. And I'm thankful for it. And that's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Is there any further comment from the council?
I'll second Mr. Taylor's comments about that. The city workers are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. Moving to number 9, items for discussion and/or consideration. A is payment of the bills.
Make a motion to pay our bills, amount of $48,571.39.
Second.
On a motion made by Mr. O'Rear, seconded by Ms. Presnall, that we pay our bills in the amount of $48,571.39. Is there any questions? Being no questions, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Show it passed unanimous. Moving to B, Chief Wilcutt, he's here. So you may have to step up to the front, but he's requesting to go to IACP. It'll be the first time we've sent somebody to IACP in several years. I believe it'll be in October of this year. Is that correct? Troy?
October 24th through the 27th. Prior years, it's been in, I think last year was Colorado, the year before that, Boston, year before that, San Diego. Next year, it's going to be in Philadelphia. So with it being in Orlando, this will be the first one in a long time and probably in the future that will actually be affordable enough to drive.
And you've never been to one of these meetings, so it would be, this
No,
is the
it's
first.
a lot
this-
of good training and good
Right,
classes.
right. This is the first one you'll
leadership
be able to attend because of the location of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic.
Okay, then we'll take that as you making the motion, Ms.
Yes, sir.
Presnall.
Yes,
sir.
Jason has seconded her motion. So all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Hope you enjoy your conference. C, discussion for an ad for our football program. And thoughts of the council on
Is that for the,
This is
that will
for the
include
program,
both
yeah.
the football and the cheerleading? That will all come under things then?
Yes, ma'am.
What did we do
Is
last
it
year?
in here what we did?
Well, it looks
I'm
like-
still scrolling. Here it is.
It looks like all the prices have changed from last year.
Oh, okay.
I think,
I think
yeah.
they did. I think they have.
I thought maybe we did 1,000 last year, if anybody can remember. But
As-
like I said, the prices have all changed.
That's what I was trying to figure out too, so.
I don't remember.
I'm sure it was at least 1,000 paid.
That would be, looks like what's now silver.
1,000, yeah, gold will be 1,500, so. Pleasure of the council. I don't recall us ever not purchasing that in the program. In the 20 years I've been here, just which one y'all
You
think?
don't remember if it was half or full? Think it was a full?
I just remember it being on the field. But they changed all the,
I want to say it was the bigger A-frame as well.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. It was the A-frame, I remember that.
Well,
Like those little
A-frame's
signs that
gonna
are
be
sitting on the
1,500, so
sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, make a motion for 1,500, which will be a gold sponsor.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Little, seconded by Mr. Taylor. We've become a gold sponsor at amount of $1,500 for the upcoming school football programs. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Passed unanimous. Okay.
Mayor, I know we're done here, but do we need to grant or make a motion on what George asked about changing, contractors?
That's a good question.
I mean,
I'd rather Jay answer that, Mr. Little, be honest with you,
if
Jay.
the guy showed up tomorrow, you know, the original one with whatever and ready to work, how do we do that? I mean,
We need to tell him that he's not fulfilled his duty to perform his contract as bid, and
so we can go
cancel it.
ahead now and make
Yeah.
a motion to
think
accept
so.
and
Tell
do
you
the
what,
second.
Why don't we just go ahead and let George make an official, but in writing to us in the morning. If he can contact the person, the low bid, then we'll proceed. If he can't get him first thing in the morning, let's just go to the second bidder and go to the next person if they can get it in line. But we'd like to see
Within a
it get
couple of
started.
weeks, like
Yeah,
he said.
Right.
I'll make that
Yep.
motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Little, seconded by Mr. O'Rear that, if we unable to reach the low bidder on the right part work, that we will go to the second, the next in-line bidder, if providing he can in a timely manner get started. Any discussion from the council on that motion? Being no discussion, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed.
And I
Okay.
think if you do that, George, send him a letter that, you know, I tried to reach you, just document your file. You've not fulfilled the duties and we're canceling the contract.
Moving to number 10, resolutions, ordinances, and other business. There was nothing listed. Is there any questions or any business that's been discussed that we need to clarify for any of the council members? Being none, we don't have anything else, and we're gonna be less than an hour in this meeting. We're on a roll tonight. With that being said, if no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Motion made and second, we adjourn.